Hi Cindy, good evening.
Hi, afternoon.
Sha, good afternoon. Today is a poet in Sri Lanka, so sometimes the numbers students may be less
Oh, okay.
than last week. Yeah.
Today is holiday.
Yeah, it's a holiday means poet day means the main religious day in Sri Lanka for Buddhist.
Sorry, I'm testing my audio. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you very clearly. Yeah.
Okay, I can hear some echo here. It's okay.
I think it's better you can download it with the format of PPT.
If I download, my laptop doesn't have the.
Okay.
What happened? Oh, is that here?
Okay, it's okay. Just simply click on the slide slow. It will work like, yeah.
Can you see if I play it to the full screen?
Yes.
It's loading.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
So give me a moment.
Yeah, sure. පුතේ ඔයාලට මාව ඇහෙනව නේද? කැමරා එක ඔන් කරන්න බලන්න. දනිදු. දනිදු අපිට ඇඩ්‍රස් එක දුන්නද?
Yes.
good. කවුද ළමයි ඔයාලා කැමරා එක ඔන් කරන්න ඉන්න හැමෝම කොට මම දැන් එක එක්කෙනාගෙන් අහනවා විහංසා විහංසා ඇඩ්‍රස් එක දුන්නද? Did you send me your address? විහංසා දෙව්මිනි.
Yes.
පුතේ මේ අපිට අර සෝලර් ලැම්ප්ස් වගේක් තියෙනවා ඇවිල්ලා ඔයාලට දෙන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ ලයිට් ගියාම ඔයාලට පාඩම් කරන්න පත්තු කරලා කරන්ට් එකෙනුත් පුළුවන් ඒක. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඉර එළියෙනුත් සෝලාර් charge නුත් පුළුවන්. මම ඔයාලට අර ඇඩ්‍රස් එක එවන්න කියලා කිව්වා පන්තියට සම්බන්ධ වෙන ළමයිට. කවුද මෙතන දැන් මම එක එක්කෙනාගෙන් අහන්නම් කවුද විහංසා දේව්මිනි. කො මූණ පෙන්නන්න ටක් ගාලා. ඔය වහගෙන ඉන්න එපා කැමරා එක ටක් ගාලා මේක. ඔයා එව්වද ඇඩ්‍රස් එක දුන්නද? නැද්ද?
No.
එහෙනම් ඇඩ්‍රස් එක එවන්න. ඔයා දිගටම පන්තියට ආව නේද? මට මතකයි පහුගිය දවස්වලම.
Last week absent වුණා.
it's okay. එහෙනම් මට ඇඩ්‍රස් එක එවන්න කියන්නේ කවුද ඉන්නේ? අම්මා හරි තාත්තා හරි ඉන්නවද? නම්බර් එක දන්නවනේ නේ. හරි. එහෙනම් එවන්න. දනිදු එව්වා. ඊට පස්සේ හිමාෂි එව්වා නේද? හිමාෂිට හම්බුණාද?
හම්බ වුණා.
හිමාෂිට හම්බ වුණා. උදිත්‍යගෙත් එවලා තිනවා. උදිත්‍ය එව්වනේ නේ. තාත්තා මට මතකයි එවලා තිනවා. දිනදි දුන්නද ඇඩ්‍රස් එක අම්මාලා? හරි අම්මා හරි තාත්තා හරි.
ඔව් හාමුදුරනේ.
එතකොට දිනුල දුන්නද?
දුන්න හාමුදුරනේ.
රෙහන්සා
දුන්න හාමුදුරනේ.
රුවනි නම් දුන්න හරි ගෙනිච්ච හරි මට මතකයි. ඔව් නේද? කවුද එතකොට කවුද මේ දිලන්සා ගමගේ?
දුන්න හාමුදුරනේ.
දුන්නද පුතා ඔයා කී 7 වසරද?
ඔව් හාමුදුරනේ.
hari දුන්නනේ. Cindy, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, very clearly, right? If you are okay, if you are ready, we can start it now.
Okay, all right. All right, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Testing. I cannot hear the.
Yeah, can, it's okay.
Oh, okay. Can. I can hear you now. Thank you.
හරි. පුතේ තුර අද සින්ඩි තමයි ඔයාලගේ ටීචර්ගේ නම. Today class teacher is Cindy. ඔයාලා ගිය සතියේ අඳුරගත්තා නේද? හරි. Okay.
All right. Shall I start the lesson now?
Yeah, wish you all the best. Yeah.
Wow, there's so many children today here. Good afternoon, children. I'm happy to meet you all on the Sunday afternoon. Do you still remember my name, which I introduced last week?
Yes, teacher.
Teacher Cindy. Yes, thank you so much for remembering my name. C-I-N-D-Y. You can call me Teacher Cindy. All right, if you have any questions, you can pause me at any time. All right, since today is my first lesson, so let me introduce myself a bit more. You can hear me clearly, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm from China. I'm not a native English speaker. So till today, I'm still learning English and practicing English. I started to learn English while I was 7 years old. And that time I was in primary 1. So every week I only have one English class. All right. So if you have English class like more than once a week, then you are much luckier than me. So I believe if you put in effort, let's say to pay attention to teacher in the class, to practice at home, or even you could teach your younger sisters and brothers after class, you will have a huge improvement. Because we always say, practice makes, do you know this? Practice makes perfect. All right, let's start our lesson by singing the 2 songs. If you know how to sing, so please sing along. The first song is Good Afternoon to You. You ready? Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, my dear friends. I'm glad to see you. All right, the second song is Looking Through the Window. Then if you can unmute yourself and turn on your video. You join me in the last segment, which is I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Thank you. Can you see this part?
Yes, teacher. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, let's start. How to sing the song. Looking through the window, oh, who do I see? Who do I see? I see, wow, so many children there. Can I know your name? I see children looking at me, looking through the window. Who do I see? I see children smiling at me. Hello, 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 how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you so much. May I know your name, please? May I know your name, please? Uditi. Wow, nice to meet you. All right, as we all know, our English lesson. Yes, nice to meet you. Our English lesson comprises the 4 components. So we practice the listening skills, speaking skills, reading skills, and eventually we could put all of them together in the writing skills, right? So today, let's see what we are going to focus on today. And today, we are going to focus on the modal verbs and of course the picture talk. I remember teacher Sarah taught you in the previous lesson that we learned what is a verb, right? You still remember? A verb describes an action like listen, play, visit, and etc. Then what are the modal verbs? What are the modal verbs? How are they different from the main verbs? What do they do? Why do we need them? And why are they so important? So having all these questions in your mind first, we'll find out the answer later in today's lesson. Let's take a look at the definition of modal verbs. A modal verb is a type of auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs, we also call it special verbs or helping verbs which behave irregularly in English, like be, do, and have. So that is used to indicate modality, that is likelihood, ability, permission, and possibility. As a modal verb work together with the main verb. You always have one modal verb and a main verb. The modal verb gives additional information about the main verb that follows. That's their job, like to show how likely something is to happen, or how able you are to do something, or when using the permission. Let's look at the example here. 2 of my friends can play guitar. Can you tell me which one is the main verb? Which one is the main verb? 2 of my friends can play guitar. Which one is the verb that we learned before? It's play, right? Play. So the verb before play, we call it modal verb. So can here is a modal verb. It indicates the ability. 2 of my friends, they know how to play guitar. They play very well. This is their ability. What are the other modal verbs? Wow, you can see this chart. You can see we can categorize in the types or the meanings, and this column shows the modal verbs and some examples here. Now I want to test if your math is good enough. Can you help me count how many modal verbs are here? How many modal verbs here? Can you help me count? 1, 2, this repeated.
3, 4, 5, 6,
4,
7,
5,
8,
6.
9,
We don't count in the repeated one. How many?
8,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because might 8. Wow. Oh, might, may repeat it here, could repeat it here, can repeat it here. So it's 7 modal verbs here. Very good. Actually, there are 9 modal verbs we normally use in English. What are they? Can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must. So let's look at them one by one. And what do they do? How do we use them? Let's take a look at the first one. Can. Can, normally we use it to indicate the ability in the present or future. For example, let's read it together. David Can speak 3 languages. Very good. I also can say my sister can play guitar. My brother can climb trees. I can meet you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Can you manage that? All this shows the ability, right? The ability. Next, can also can use to express the permission. For example, giving permission or asking permission. For example, you can use my book. You can use my book. I give you my permission to use my book. Or you can not disturb the class. Cannot is a not negative form. Can also can use for ask for permission. Can I sit that chair, please? Can I sit? Ask permission. Can. And the last one, where is the last can here? Can we find it? It's beside the possibility, right? It's the possibility here. So can also can used to make a general statement about something is possible. For example, be careful. It can be dangerous on the streets at night. Be careful, right? It can be dangerous. It's very a general statement. Can, it shows the possibility. Let's take a look at the second word, could. Could also shows the ability, but it shows in the past, used for past abilities. Past means happened before, right? For example, he could speak fluent French when he was 5. Yeah. Also, my brother could read storybooks when he was 3 years old. It happened past, ability in the past. Or in a negative way, I can say, I could not sleep last night. I could not sleep last night. This shows ability in the past. The next, it also can use to make a request or ask permission. For example, could I open the window? Could I? I'm asking you permission. Could I? Or could you repeat that, please? If you cannot hear me clearly, you could say, teacher, could you repeat that, please? Making a request. Could you? Is there any other could in this column? Where is it? It's here. It also can show the possibility, right? It indicates the possibility. The possibility means uncertainty. That is when we speak, when the speaker is unsure. For example, we could try to help him. We could try to help him. It's not certain if we would be able to offer any help, but we could try to help him. Or I would say, if you come to Singapore, if you come to study in Singapore, you could see me. That's possible. You could see me because I'm in Singapore, right? Right, next, let's look at may. May, we use it as for, where is it? As for permission as well. For example, may I borrow your dictionary? May I borrow your dictionary? It for ask permission or make a request. Oh, sorry, may I use your pen? May I use your pen? Or may I help you? It also expresses the politeness. But usually we often hear people use can. It's not wrong. Just because may, it sounds more polite. So may I, please? Very polite. Oops. That's the difference between here, may. The second usage of may, is there any second usage of may? Is also under the possibility, right? So may, while also many words can express the possibility, but may can show a very strong possibility of something happening in the present or future. For example, teacher may get angry if you do that. We are not absolutely sure that teacher will get angry, but there is possibility of that, right? So it may happen again, shows the strong possibility. Or I'm afraid it may rain. You look at the outside, it's dark already, right? Or she may not come here tomorrow. May shows the strong possibility. Next, we look at may, might also shows the possibility. Actually, might is very similar to may. They are very, very similar. The only slight difference between may and might is the may implies the strong certainty. The may implies strong certainty is more likely to happen. Then might expresses less likely to happen. No much difference. For example, we can say it may rain tomorrow, or it might rain tomorrow. It may rain tomorrow. It has about 70% of chance it would rain. And it might rain tomorrow. It's about just 40% of chance it would rain. You got it? Very slightly different. So we don't have to vary too much. Just consider them to be the same. You're good? Okay, next, let's look at will. Will. We use will to talk about the future. When we confident something will happen, we believe it, we are certain it's true. For example, the sun will rise tomorrow because the sun rises every day. I'm pretty sure that will happen. I definitely believe that to be true. Or I can say, I'm sure they will agree. I'm 100% sure that they will agree. You also hear will when we use to give reassurance. For example, your teacher will say, you will pass the exam, don't worry. So even though you are not really sure, is that true? She's using will to tell you that she's confident and believes in you. All right, or your friend will say, it will be okay when you feel sad, because they are confident and they believe that everything will be okay. So will also can making a request of permission, just like this. So will you write a reference for me? Will you turn the TV down, please? Will you do that? All right, next, would. The most common usage of would is express a polite request. A polite request, still polite request, right? Would you like some tea? Or would you accompany me to the library? Would you walk me to the library? Is a polite request. And also would show the typical habitual action and events that took place regularly in the past. I can say, we would wake up early in the morning and take a walk in the park in the previous year. Last, would can be used to express the condition or in the imaginary future. You are sure that will happen in the imaginary future. For example, we say, you wouldn't enjoy living in Scotland. It's very cold there. In my imaginary, it's very cold. You wouldn't like to stay there. Then the last three, shall, should, must, there are quite many, right? So later when we do the practice, we can revise all these. Shall, the modal shall is used to show intention or in prediction, suggestions. It's normally used with I or we. So I can say, I shall spend my holidays in Singapore. I shall. Or shall we go for a picnic tomorrow? Shall we? Give a suggestion. Or if we have some time, we shall come and see you. This is show the intention. We shall come and see you. Shall. Okay. Shall can also use to offer to do something. We are normally with pronoun I in the question form. Oh, you look cold. Shall I put the heater on? You look cold. Shall I put the heater on? Or make suggestion. It looks nice outside. Shall we go for a walk? Shall we go for a walk? The next one is should. Shall, should. Should here it shows giving advice to indicate something is important or indicates the obligation. For example, you should actively participate in the class to improve your English. You should, this is the suggestion. Or you should try it, a suggestion. You should give up your seat to the elderly person. This is a kind of obligation or advice. It is good or polite to do in this way. Should. And lastly, let's look at must. Must. There is must here. Must shows the obligation. It tells someone that is really necessary or important to do something. So must expresses the strong, very strong advice. For example, you must come for the meeting tomorrow because you are the class monitor. It's the obligation, you must come tomorrow. Or give the strong advice like you must wash the hands before you eat. You must wash your hands before you eat. Also must, when we are confident and sure of something that is happening in the present, we are confident and sure. So usually we have a reason or an explanation to tell us why something is happening. For example, the baby is crying. Why he is crying? He must be hungry. The baby is crying, he must be hungry. To show why I believe that something is true. So it's quite common when we are using must. Now you could see there's a word, it's a little bit different from the others, right? Which is? Which one?
Have to.
Have to, very good, have to. So have to here and ought to, need to, we call it semi-modal verbs. Semi-modal verbs, S-E-M-I, semi-modal verbs, because it's a combination of more than one word. So when you put together, functions in the same way as the modal. Our semi verbs have some of the features of the modal verb, but not all. They also give the information to other verbs as well. They can express many of the same ideas like obligation or give advice. So must and have, they are very similar here. Sometimes they can replace each other. The only difference I mentioned here, pay attention, the only difference is that the semi-verb like have to, we can use it in different tenses. We learned the tenses before, right? like the past tense, present tense, we learn, right? So have to have different tenses. It has the past tense. Past tense is had to, H-A-D, to, had to. All right, so let's recap this chart. It is important to take note from a chart that you can see every modal verbs. These are the modal verbs here, right? So every modal verbs can have more than one meaning. Also, it shows you that every idea, this is the usage of idea. Every idea here can be like the obligation, ability, permission, all the idea here also can be expressed by more than one modal verbs. For example, can, could, may, all could express used for asking permission. And might, may, could, can, all these modal verbs can use to express the possibility. You got it? You got it? If yes, you show me a thumbs up. I know you are following me well. Thank you. Thank you, Datia. That's good. Okay, let's have some practice. Shall we do all of them together? Shall we do all the questions together? Let's look at the first one. Let's read it together.
Grandmother.
My grandmother is 75 years old, but she still reads without glasses. This shows the ability, right? So which one we should fill up here? Yeah, very good. Okay, question number 2.
Would you help me with the verb, please?
Which one? Should or could?
Should.
You please help me with the work, please. Could you? Could is correct. Is make a polite request. Should always followed by I. Could. Yes, could is correct. Should be usually used for ask for advice. Could you is a polite to asking a request. Question number 3.
There was a time I planned.
There was a time when I would stay up late. It happened in the past, right? In the past, would or could? Happen in the past. Kind of ability in the past. Could, very good. So happen ability in the past. Good. Question number 4.
I get you a shawl
from Kashmir, a place in India, right? I would get you a shawl from Kashmir. Do you know what is this? Will or would?
I will.
Very good. I will. Question number 5. It is snowing outside, so I stay at home.
I will stay at home.
Which one? May or will? Are you 100% certain? Because it's snowing outside. May or will? It shows the possibility or you're certain. I will stay at home. Yes, because it's snowing outside. It's quite cold. I cannot go out. I will stay at home. The last question. She
plans to send her home because she needs money.
May and might, as teacher said, they are very similar, right? But which one?
Might.
Might, because here is less likely. And I know who's that, who pay attention. Just now I mentioned the slightly difference between may and might is less likely. Very good. All right. Question number 1.
May I do my homework here? May I do my work here?
Very good. May I do? Ask politely. Question number 2. They
They can
faster by air means by airplane, right? It can. Very good. They can travel faster by air. Number 3.
Must you give me another, please?
Ooh.
Could
Must you? Or could you? Which one sounds more polite?
Could you give
Could you? Yes, sounds more polite. Must sounds, very strong. You must do this. You must give me. So could you? Here is better. Could you give me another bun, please? Question number 4. We
have to
very good. We have to. Number 5. She
can sing songs.
very good. She can shows ability. Number 6. They
They must swimming class.
They want to use goggles for swimming class. Goggles is the glass to protect the eyes from the wind or water. So here shows the possibility. They might want to use to protect their eyes, right? They might. Question number 7.
Could I borrow your Could I
gloves?
borrow your gloves?
Yes. Could I borrow? Very polite. Number 8.
Should we pay them for the
Wow, that's amazing. Well done. Should we pay them for the drink? Should we?
We should save our money in the bank.
And number 9, we I think here can use both. It depends on the how strong it is. We should not spend. We must is a certain, we must do that. Cannot escape from it. Question number 10. You
must be careful when you are walking home alone.
very good. You must be careful. Give yourself a round of applause. You deserve it. Well done, children. Thank you. All right. Let's complete the gaps with the correct form of modal verbs. Here are the verbs it given here. May, can, and should. Only can choose may, can, and should. First question. I'm
sorry, sir, you blank. I'm sorry, you blank.
you is the. All right, this question a bit tricky. Actually, I think should be you cannot park here. But maybe this person just say, oh, sorry, he was busy with something. Then he didn't answer it on time. So say you can park here, answer it right now. You can do it, right? Question number 2.
Take an umbrella with you. It may later.
Later, main later. Very good. Number 3.
You should do more exercise.
Yes, you should do more exercise. Good. Question number 4.
Can you play the piano?
Well done. Can you play piano? Can you? Number 5. We
can eat so many sweets.
Oh, that's wonderful. We can eat so many sweets, but actually we not supposed to eat that much, right? Number 6.
May I go to the bathroom?
Oh, very good. May I ask politely? The question number 7. Which dress I wear tonight? Can, may, can, or should? Which word you choosing?
Should.
Should. Who said should? Wave at me. Show me. Should is the correct answer. Very good. Which dress should I wear tonight? Because you are asking for the advice. You are asking. But we also can see which dress can I wear tonight? That means you are asking your parents, maybe some dress that your parents don't allow you to wear, so you can which. But here, I think should is correct. Number 8. No, Thomas, you
Go to play. It's not playtime.
Yeah. You should not go to play. It's not break time. Yes, you should not go to play. Question number 9. Fiona planned to the cinema on Saturday, but she isn't sure yet. It shows the possibility, right? He isn't sure. Which one?
Can.
May, can, or should? Which one shows the possibility?
May.
May, yes. May shows the possibility, right? The strong possibility. Number 10, Patrick, you be more careful when you drive.
You should when you drive. More careful when you drive.
Very good. You should be more careful when you drive. Last one. In picture A, this is the picture A. I would see 2 children playing with the sand on the beach. I may, can, and should.
I
Can, very good.
I can.
Wow, fantastic, children. That means you are paying attention to the class. I'm so glad. All right, next I'm going to share about some rules of modal verbs. There are some rules make the modal verbs different from the other verbs. So rule number 1, the modal verb is followed by an infinitive verb without to. For example, I can sing. I can to sing? No, we say I can sing. She could run fast. There's no ing. We don't say she could running fast. She could run fast. She can speak fluent Spanish. So sing, run, speak are the very basic verb. The second rule of modal verbs, they are the same for all the pronouns. I'd like to say I can, she can, they can, it can. There's no S. There's no S after each of them. So she can swim. No, we don't say this way. It might rain. We say it might rain. So there is no S when referring to the third person singular. You learned that, right? When referring to the third person singular. So this is the rule of modal verbs. Only modal verbs don't have the S behind it. Rule number 3, modal verbs are auxiliary verbs. They take direct negative and question forms. They take direct negative. Direct negative means that if you want to make negativities, you just by adding not to the end of the verb. You just by adding not to the end of the verb. Or if you want to make a question form, you just move the modal verb before the subject I should tell him. You want to make it a question, put the should in front, before the subject, right? Should I tell him? And here he should say he. Doesn't, may lack it. We say he may lack it or he may not lack it. The rule number 4, modal verbs, they never combine with other modal verbs. For example, she will, can come tomorrow. We don't say this way. We either say she can come tomorrow or she will be able to come tomorrow. So will and can cannot, both of them are modal verbs. We cannot combine them to use it together. Is that clear? All right, let's see some examples here. Some examples of positive and negative form. So negative form is generally conducted by adding, what is this? Adding not. All right, so can I have all the girls read the left side? Read the modal verbs on the left side, and have all the boys. Do I have boys here? Yes, so many boys here. I have all the boys read the modal verbs in the negative forms in green color on the right side. So girls say can, boys say can't. Girls say could, boys say couldn't. Is that clear? All right, yes. Let's start. Girls, are you ready? Girls go first.
Can.
Boys?
Can't.
Good. Girls?
Could.
Couldn't. Very good.
Must.
Very good. Very good. Shouldn't.
Would.
Good. Very good. Wouldn't.
Will.
Won't. Shall. Shan't. Very good. Now we notice that the negative is formed simply by adding not, right? Only the word not can be contracted. So can, cannot contract as can't. But here is a special one. Can you point out which one is the special one? Which one is the special one? Have to, right? Have to. So there's not have not to. We put don't. As I mentioned, have to are the semi-verbs, like need to, ought to. They use a form of do not before the modal. We use do not before the modal. So only have to is special here. All the rest, we just add not at the end, then it changed to the negative statement. Also, one more thing I want you to pay attention here. Will and shall, have you noticed the spellings changes in the negative? Have you noticed that? So will, won't. Shall, shan't. You notice that?
Yes, teacher.
Very good. Yes. All right. Now it's the time I check you if you still remember the usage of these modal verbs. Let me ask some questions. If we want to express the ability, which are the verbs we can use? We want to express the ability. Which are the verbs that we can use?
Can, could.
Very good. Who is that? Can and could express uditya. Thank you so much. Can and could. How about we want to express the inability? Inability means the negative form, right? Negative form of can and could.
Can't, couldn't.
Can't and couldn't. Very good. I heard the other girl's voice, right? Can't and couldn't. Let's see. All right. If we are very certain about something, which word we'll use? We are very certain, very sure, 100% certain. Like the sun, what rise tomorrow? You still remember the sun, what rise tomorrow? I'm very sure it happened. Will, right? It's will, sorry. Will, we use will here. Can't you remember that? Will used to talk about the future. We are confident and we are very certain, right? The sun will rise tomorrow. I'm sure that they will agree, will. One more questions. All right, if I'm confident about something, I'm confident about something, and I have a reason for believing that, which word I can use here? I'm confident about something, and there's a reason. Can you still remember? The baby is crying. There's a reason why the baby is crying. He must be hungry, must. Shows the confidence and a reason. All right, never mind, we will practice later on. Let's look at the pictures here. Look at the picture and write that people can or cannot can't do. We have some helping words here. Let's read it together. Play.
Play football. Swim. Run fast.
Run fast. Roller skate. Play chess. Play the guitar. Draw.
Ride a bike.
Ride a bike. Very good. Let's look at an example here. So the first picture is showing a girl is playing football. Then her name is given Helen. Here there's a thumbs up, means she's good at. So we use can or can't. Can. The example here is Helen can play football. All right, who like to go the next for the second picture?
Kate can swim.
Kate can swim. Very good. The picture, oh, look at this guy. John, thumbs up. He looks very tired. John can, what is he doing? No, it's not very clear, right? He looks very tired. He can't run fast. He chose the word here, run fast. Next question. Alice
Can't roller skate.
Look at this, is thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs down.
Means, is she good at or not good at? Can or cannot?
Alice can't
Alice can't roller skate. Can't roller skate. Good. Next one. Tom and Jim.
Tom and Jim can play chess.
Can play chess. Is play chess. Very good. Next question. Ben.
Ben can play the guitar.
Can play the guitar. Very good. Next one. Peter.
Peter can draw.
Peter can draw. The last picture here.
Joe and Meg can ride a bike.
Joe and Mac
Ride bike.
can ride bike. Yeah, that's good. Let's look at this practice all the questions together. First one, oops. I
can ride a bike. I always fall off. I always
can or cannot. You always fall off. You always fall off. Can you? Which one? A, B, and C.
B.
B. Yes. Thank you. Number 2.
You look sick. You should see a doctor.
You should see a doctor. Very good. Number 3.
A student must take exams twice.
The students
Must.
Yes, this is obligation. Must take exam twice a year. Question number 4.
Sorry, I couldn't come yesterday.
Yeah, I heard the right answer. Thank you, Vidya. I couldn't. Question number 5.
One must
One must move with the time. What does move with the time means? Move with the times means we change ideas or change behaviors as the work changes. So to change the way we think and how we behave to become more modern or because the attitudes or fashion are changing, right? So one must move with the time. Number 6, I
can't get you my mind.
I can't get you off my mind. That's correct. Also can say I'm not able to get you out of my mind means cannot stop thinking of you. This question is not very good. So both B and C are correct. Question number 7.
He was very busy, but still he had to visit us.
Had to. Very good. He had to visit us. I heard the right answer. Thank you, children. Number 8. If
he saves enough money, he can buy a car next year.
He can buy a car next year. He can do something is not wrong. But this question here is very, very tricky. So let me explain it. When we talk about the ability, we can use
he will
can and could, right? And also here's be able to. Be able to is also a model that we use to express the ability as well. But there is slightly difference between the be able to and can and could. So if we are talking about something that's specific ability, we're talking about specific ability. So what's specific ability? Or someone has the ability in a specific time or a specific situation. For example, she can read books. Or I say she could read books when she was 5, right? So remember past and present. And last one, I can say she was able to read the Little Red Riding Hood in front of the class. This is very specific of this story. So this means the specific time, specific situation, and specific ability. When it's specific, we use be able to. So let's look at this question one more time. If he saves enough money, this is the special situation. Then he will be able to buy a car next year. Right, you got it? So this is the specific situation, specific time. We use be able to. Very good. Now, function modal verbs. One more practice for you. Now let's recall what are the 4 rules of modal verbs. Do you still remember that? What are the 4 rules of modal verbs? Let's recap. Here is it. There's no to without to, right? There's no s, just plus not, and they don't combine with other modal verbs. Let's look at the question. Shall we do it together? First question, my friends.
Can.
My friends
Can.
very good. Second one, all children
All children must not run.
don't must or must not?
Must not.
Must not, correct. I like to hear more voices that please louder. Must not. Number 3, Mata should or shoes. Take an umbrella.
An umbrella should.
Which one?
Should.
Very good. Question number 4. The nurse
Have.
Wear a mask
have or has to?
Have. Has to.
Has to. This one is quite tricky, right? We still remember have to, need to, ought to, all these called semi-verbs, right? So semi-verbs have the past tense and also have the singular. Question number 5.
Do you breakfast?
after breakfast.
Which one? Do you? Very good. See, part B, complete the sentence with the verbs given. All right, the verbs given here. Number 1, I think she
should.
This is the Portuguese. Portuguese is a language spoken in Brazil. It's a language spoken in Brazil. I think she
Learn.
what learn. Learn is the modal verb or the main verb. Learn is the verb, right? So there should be a modal verb in front of learn. So this should be, I think she should learn. She should learn the Portuguese if she travels to Brazil. It's a bit challenging. Never mind, we try the second one. My father bought a new car. This is able to. He has money.
He has money.
Very good. Is able to. I heard the right answer. Number 3, loading and unloading area. You what here?
Must not park. You
Must not park here.
Yes.
Yes, cannot park. Must not park here. Very strong. Must, cannot do. Number 4, the student.
The student
Have to wear uniform every day. Very good. The last one, she
She ought to go. The doctor.
ought to
She is ought to go. The doctor.
She ought to see doctor. There's no is, right? No is. Ought to. Ought to is the semi-word as well, just like the modal verb, a semi-modal as well. She ought to see the doctor. Or we also can see she should see the doctor. Okay, next question. You gave me your red ribbon.
Can you give me your red ribbon?
Can you give me a red ribbon? Very good. The second one.
You shouldn't go to the market late at night.
You shouldn't. Yes. Number 3.
May I use your pen, please?
Wow, children are very confident in this question. Very good. Number 4.
Can you
Yeah. Can you help me in finishing this word? Although it's not very correct. Right? Number 5.
He promised that
my
birthday.
Wouldn't or shouldn't?
Children,
He promised. He promised. He promised. Is the wouldn't. Will is 100% certain, right? So wouldn't is the opposite. I promise I wouldn't forget your birthday. The last one, the teacher. Which one? Sorry, I didn't hear clearly.
the teacher will check the spelling.
Will, yes. You know the teacher will check all the time. Will, that's right. I'd like to check, Ravin. Do we still have time? Sorry, where's Ravin? Do we still have time? Or the other teacher? I know there's another lesson later on, right?
Lesson for next class is already up.
Yeah.
So stop, okay?
Okay, all right, children. So let's see you next week. Next week, we'll talk something about the solar system, and we'll spend more time about the picture talk, all right?
Thank you, Cindy.
Can you please? Yeah, all right. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. No worries. Thank you, Cindy, for your 1 hour contribution. Your teaching was very nice, and students were interested about it.
All right.